everyone, Jim T. Graham, RC Groups, and today we are in RealFlight 8. Now, I'm doing a portion of the RealFlight 8 review, and what I thought I would share is what I enjoy the most, which is flying FPV in RealFlight. Now, you can do this now with the Oculus Rift, which I can't show you because that's three-dimensional, and you couldn't watch it on YouTube. But imagine if all these things, which they were three-dimensional and you were flying through them in a realistic manner. You can do that with the Oculus with the right computer system, which you can find out about in our review on RC Groups, link provided below. What you're looking at now is I went HDMI out to my HDMI Fat Shark goggles. They have a mini HDMI input on the Focal DVR, my current favorite Fat Sharks that I fly in real life. And I thought, well, man, if I use these goggles in real life, why wouldn't I use the same goggles to fly on RealFlight in three-dimensional fields? So that's what you're looking at. The Boneyard is awesome. You can fly through objects. I will fly through the hangars. I'll fly through the top windows in the hangars. I'll fly sometimes through an airplane if I can. I'll fly under the wing and around. And there's all kinds of places in the Boneyard. I believe I hit my prop. Yep. There's all kinds of places in the Boneyard that you can fly through, around, in, and many of them are not easy at all. And so when you actually get pretty good at it, you will feel good about yourself, or about your flying, I guess. So here we go. There are other fields like this. There's actually an FPV course where you can fly quads through hoops and rings and things like that. But for me, I'm a winged aircraft FPV guy in real life. A lot of the stuff I fly are wings and or planes. And I'm always on the hunt for something better in real life to fly, to put a camera on that will fly in an exciting way for me when I'm in the goggles, which is the great part about RealFlight, because you can pick a scale airplane, you could pick a quad or whatever, and then you go to view and click nose. I will say this, by the way, if you're flying 2D like I'm doing here, you can get away with that with the nose cam. So with the nose cam, you don't see the nose or the fuse or the wings or anything. You just see where you're flying. It works great in 2D in these Fat Shark goggles. I will say in the Oculus, I attempted this and it made me VR sick. Now, maybe you're not susceptible to VR sickness, but I thought that I couldn't fly with the Oculus in an FPV manner. But then I went in and did some dogfighting out of the cockpit of a Warbird. Zero VR illness in any way. So what happened there was the cockpit itself was a stabilizing factor for my mind. So what happens is your eyes are seeing you twirl and spin and loop, but your brain knows your body's not moving, and then your body gets confused, and it can make you feel like you're seasick. When you add in a cockpit or any kind of structure around what you're seeing, it seems to take away that problem. So the great news is I can FPV Oculus, which once again I would show you because it's so cool to be in a scale cockpit. But once again, you can't see that in a 2D video. And you can also do it in your goggles like I'm doing here. So if you're into this kind of stuff, if you're into FPV, if you want to get into FPV but have never flown FPV, I was that guy. It seemed like a crazy concept. How on earth would I fly my RC airplane with a thing over my eyes? But once you do it, you realize it's even cooler than flying from the ground, which I'll also add that you can fly in the Oculus Rifts standing on the flight line just like you would at your airfield. And that's kind of what I think the whole point is about having an Oculus in RealFlight, is so that you could actually have an experience of flying your airplane at your airfield, watching it take off, moving your head to watch it go up and down and all that stuff. So that's it. Jim T. Graham, RC Groups, RealFlight 8. Having a good time.